is up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I have a little update for you guys. Kind of, sort of. Let's get into it. Yeah, I got an update by ESPN that Darius Slay and the Detroit Lions are trying to work out a long-term deal before the next season starts. And really, I was trying to find exactly who wrote it, but you know how technology works, y'all. You see it 1 second, the next second you don't, and you can't find it again. So that's the update that I have for you guys, that the Lions are trying to work out a long-term deal. Now, I think this is super interesting because we know that Jeffrey Okudah, he's already been texting Jeffrey Okudah, and apparently he really wants Okudah on the team. And I know a lot of people believe that he was already going to be a Lion before this started. This may have nothing to do with Jeff Okudah at all, but I did think that was interesting that the Lions are going to try to work out a long-term deal. If you don't know, basically Darius Slay, this upcoming season is his last season on his deal. So the Detroit Lions, after this season, are going to have to make a decision whether or not they're going to let him walk to free agency or they're going to try to put him on a big deal. And after this season definitely wasn't his best season, but it wasn't as awful as I think people make it. And at the same time, you know, he's Darius Slay, so you expect a lot out of him. And with the bad help that he had around him, it was really hard to really judge where he was as a player. Now, he's not young, but he's not that old either. Dealt with injuries here and there, but it was nothing serious. But the Detroit Lions, apparently, according to ESPN, are looking to get a long-term deal done. Will it happen? I'm not sure. But if it can't happen, then that's when trade talks start to come in, right? Because if they don't come to a deal and there's 1 year left on his contract, just like Golden Tate, he could be out potentially via a trade. Now, we know if there is a trade that does happen, Jeffrey Okudah probably would be the best option unless you went free agency. You got a Chris Harris or something like that. The Lions have already been talking to. So that would be really interesting. But one thing I'm really curious to see is if the Lions keep Darius Slay at least for 1 more year, will they go get Jeffrey Okudah? You know, because I don't think it's that big of a need. Personally, I wouldn't go that direction, but I know Darius Slay already likes him, and a lot of people believe that's which way to go. But if they do go that way, I still think you can make this offseason work. You know, you just have to make sure you get some trenches in free agency and stuff like that. One player I'm super interested in, and I know this is a little off topic, but that's Javon Kinlaw. And I think I'm going to make an own video on Javon Kinlaw and tell you guys about how I think he could potentially end up being a Detroit Lion after the offseason. I think Javon Kinlaw is the guy that's on Matt Patricia's radar really high as a potential defensive line fit. But at the same time, I guess Jeff Okudah could potentially be that guy. I don't know why this got to Jeff Okudah talks. It's supposed to be about Darius Slay. But let me know your guys' thoughts, okay? Here's the comment question of the day. Well, there's actually 2 of them. Tell me who's going to win the Super Bowl. And also, tell me this. Are you bringing back Darius Slay on a long-term deal, or are you looking to trade him this offseason? Personally, I'm at least going to finish out this year. If he has a terrible year, then, you know, it's unfortunate because your trade bait also drops, so you trying to get rid of him maybe during the season isn't going to work very well. But after the year anyways, he's going to be a free agent. So you just run through the deal. Are you giving a long-term one now and hoping that, you know, maybe he even plays better with it? Personally, I could see giving him another deal. I don't think I'd give him anything crazy. I'm thinking like 3 at the most years, probably another contract. But at least I will say this, I would not get rid of him, knowing how important it is to win football games and that you have a really good Darius Slay that's proven. Yes, you can bring in another cornerback alongside him, but you're pretty depleted if you get rid of Darius Slay. And you're looking at a lot of holes to fill defensively already. I think you're opening a lot more holes, right? You know, you're losing your number 1 cornerback. Then you need defensive tackle help most likely. You need some edge rushers. You probably need a linebacker. These are all defensive spots, potentially a safety, and they're not even getting into the offensive line. So there's already a lot of holes defensively that I think you would just be adding a lot more if you got rid of Darius Slay. However, if you trade Darius Slay away and you get a big pick in return, then, you know, you can use that pick on one of your things. But yeah, I think Kinlaw is very interesting. Don't know why I pointed that out, but I think I may do a video on him. So if you want to see it, let me know. But just let me know in the comments below. I guess this is kind of just a questionnaire type of deal. Do you want Darius Slay to be on a long-term deal? Would you trade him now, or would you just let him finish out his last year of his contract? That is the question. And yeah, let me know who's going to win the Super Bowl. Sorry, this is kind of an awkward video. I didn't know how this would go, and that's the update I got. You'll probably see another update on ESPN soon about more information. Thank you, Pat, for watching, and I'm out.